Chosen one, I want you to stop for a moment and really feel this. The weight of everything you've carried, all the sacrifices you've made, and every moment you've chosen the harder path in faith. God has seen it all. He's been watching you longer than you've been waiting for him. While you've been praying for your breakthrough, he's been documenting every step you took in silence. Each time you made a choice to stand in righteousness when the easier path would have been to compromise. Each time you got back up when you felt the world was pressing you down. God saw it all. Every tear you shed in private, every time you chose faith over fear, even when no one was watching. He has been right there, recording it with precision. And I need you to know that right now, at this very moment, everything you've been waiting for is already set into motion. The breakthrough you've been longing for has been quietly moving behind the scenes. It's not a matter of if it will come, but when. And I want you to understand that the when is now. The moment is here. This is not coincidence that you're here, right now, hearing this message. There's a reason why you are meant to be in this space alone, at this hour, for this specific moment. God has a message just for you, a powerful revelation that's ready to shift everything. You've been waiting for the signs, for something to happen, and now God is speaking directly to you. This moment is not just a pause, it's a divine intervention. Right now, in the stillness of this moment, you are being called to listen with your whole being. The message that God is delivering to you requires your full attention, not just in your mind, but in your spirit. This is a message that will change everything for you, in ways you may not even realize yet. What God is revealing to you right now is not some theory or abstract idea. It's a direct revelation about the path He has already set in motion for your life. The time of waiting is over. God is moving you into a new season of abundance, clarity, and breakthrough. You've made it through the tests, the trials, and the hidden struggles. The time to reap the rewards is now. You may have felt abandoned or isolated at times, wondering if God was even watching your journey. But let me reassure you, He has been watching. And not only has He seen every moment of your struggle, He has been preparing you for this. God has been positioning you for something greater than you could ever have imagined. The season of testing and struggle is behind you now, and He's about to release the harvest of everything you've sown in faith. All the sacrifices, the moments of uncertainty, and the quiet prayers you whispered in the darkest times have been counted. Now, God is saying, enough is enough. You have proven yourself in the fire, and now it is time to step into the fullness of what He has prepared for you. This is not a time for fear or doubt, but a time to embrace what God has been orchestrating behind the scenes. Your breakthrough is not coming, it's already here, unfolding before you in ways that will exceed your expectations. This is your season of activation, your season of favor, your season of abundance. The waiting is over. Step forward into the future that God has already prepared for you. God has been watching you more closely than you could ever imagine, seeing you in moments when you thought no one else was there. In the quiet, unseen places of your life, when you were alone, struggling with doubt, or making decisions no one would ever applaud, He was there. Every step, every sacrifice, every time you chose to walk in righteousness rather than compromise, He saw. When you made the decision to remain faithful, even though giving up seemed easier, God was watching. Not with judgment, but with deep understanding. He watched you when you held it together for others, even when you felt like falling apart inside. He saw you when you gave and sacrificed out of love, when you prayed for guidance in the stillness, not knowing if your prayers were heard. And what's incredible is that He didn't just watch. He's been keeping track of it all. Every act of kindness, every silent prayer, every moment of hidden faithfulness has been recorded in His book. Even the smallest things you did for His glory, the ones that felt insignificant, He marked them down, acknowledging the depth of your character and the sincerity of your heart. It's easy to feel like you've been unnoticed, especially when the world around you is moving fast and everyone seems to be getting what they want with little effort. But I want you to know this: your faithfulness has not gone unnoticed. God has seen every tear you've shed in private, every moment when you held on to faith when everything around you seemed to scream for you to let go. Psalm 56:8 says, "You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book." Every sorrow, every tear, every moment of heartache you've experienced, God has collected them like precious gems. He has witnessed your struggle, your courage, and your perseverance. Not one moment of your journey has been meaningless or forgotten. God has been present in your moments of deepest pain and your quietest victories. His awareness goes beyond simply knowing about you. It's a profound, intimate knowing of your soul. You might have felt alone during some of your hardest times, like no one could see what you were going through. But let me reassure you, God has been with you the entire time. He hasn't just been aware of your actions. He has been aware of your heart, your intentions, and the depths of your spirit. This awareness of yours has been the foundation of what is to come. God is not distant or detached from your journey. He is intimately acquainted with every detail of your life. Your faithfulness, though unseen by many, has been seen by the one whose approval matters most. There's a great purpose behind what you've endured in silence, and it's all been part of His divine plan to prepare you for the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Now, let's talk about the shift that's happening. God's declaration, "Enough is enough," is not just a phrase. It's a statement of authority and divine intervention. It marks the end of a season of testing and the beginning of something new, something powerful. God is moving with holy determination, not in anger, not in frustration, but in the love and authority of a Father who has watched you prove yourself time and time again. Enough is enough means that the testing season is over. The trials that you've faced, the moments when you thought you couldn't go on, the struggles that seemed never-ending, are all coming to a close. God has seen your perseverance. He has seen how you've clung to faith when it felt like hope was lost. And now He is stepping in with divine intervention. His timing is perfect, and His hand is moving on your behalf. You may have wondered why the breakthrough hasn't come yet, why you've been waiting, why it feels like every time you get close to your blessing, something holds you back. What you didn't realize is that while you were waiting, God was working on the details that you couldn't see. He wasn't just delaying you for no reason. He was strategically positioning you for the moment that's about to change everything. Just like a chess master carefully makes each move, God has been setting things in motion in your life in ways that are beyond your understanding. There were obstacles that needed to be removed, relationships that needed to shift, and things that needed to fall into place before you could receive the blessing He's prepared for you. Every closed door, every moment of rejection, and every delay was part of His plan to protect you and align you with His perfect will. It wasn't punishment. It was preparation. You may not have understood it at the time, but now God is declaring, "Enough is enough." The time has come for you to walk into the harvest that has been waiting for you. No more delays, no more testing. The seasons of difficulty and refining have reached their conclusion. You've proven yourself, chosen one. You've passed the test. And now, God is about to shift you into the next phase of your destiny. This is the moment where everything changes. The shift is not just coming, it's already happening. You are stepping into the fulfillment of what God has promised you. Your faithfulness has been counted. Your sacrifices have been noted. And now, it's your time to receive what God has for you. This is your season of harvest, your season of restoration. It's time for the shift to occur, for everything you've endured to be redeemed. You are moving from a place of testing to a place of activation. The breakthrough you've been waiting for is not a distant dream, it's within your grasp. And as you step into this new season, I want you to do so with full confidence, knowing that God's timing is perfect and His plan for you is already in motion. As God moves in your life, you may not always see or understand the intricate work He's doing behind the scenes. But let me assure you, His hand has been at work in ways you could never imagine. God operates like a master chess player, positioning every piece in its rightful place with perfect timing, ensuring that your destiny unfolds exactly as it should. The beauty of God's strategic plan is that it's not random, nor is it reactive. It's deliberate and purposeful. He has been aligning people, situations, and circumstances in your life, working on unseen variables that have protected you and prepared your future, even in moments when you felt like nothing was happening. While you were focused on your immediate desires or frustrations, God was setting the stage for your breakthrough in ways that are now becoming evident. You may have felt like things were moving slowly, or even stagnating at times. But what you didn't realize is that God was using those delays to fine-tune the details. Each delay, rejection, and setback was part of His divine positioning, ensuring that you would be in the right place at the right time. Those moments when you felt like you were being held back weren't meant to punish you or delay your blessing. They were meant to protect you from something that wasn't aligned with your purpose. In the waiting, God was removing obstacles that could have hindered your progress, and He was preparing you for a moment far greater than you could have imagined. When God says, "Enough is enough," it's not just a declaration of the end of your struggle. It's the revelation that everything He's been working on behind the scenes has now reached its completion. Now, as you step into your breakthrough, you'll see how everything has come together in ways that only God could orchestrate. In Ecclesiastes 3:11, it is written, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." This verse speaks to the perfect timing of God. Not early, not late, but in His time, when everything has aligned according to His will. The universe doesn't move randomly, and neither does God. His timing is flawless, and when the time is right, everything falls into place. That means everything you've been waiting for, everything you've been praying for, has been held back for a reason, so that when the time finally arrives, you can walk into it fully prepared. Even when it seemed like nothing was happening, God was actively positioning you, removing what needed to be removed, and making sure that everything would fall into place at the perfect moment. Your life, your destiny, your breakthrough, it's all part of a divine plan that is far beyond your comprehension, but it's working in your favor. The delay was never a denial. It was a protective measure, a strategic preparation. Every setback was a setup for a greater comeback. And now, God is opening the doors that He has been preparing you for all along. Let's imagine for a moment that your journey has been on trial. Picture a courtroom in heaven, where your life, your choices, and your faithfulness are being judged. The enemy stands in opposition, presenting all the evidence against you. Every mistake, every moment of doubt, every failure, every time you stumbled or questioned God's plan. In the natural, it would seem like a strong case, filled with accusations of why you shouldn't receive the blessings God has promised. But in this courtroom, God doesn't just stand by and let the enemy speak unchecked. No, God is the judge, the advocate, and the defender. He presents the counter-evidence that silences the accuser. Every time you got back up when it would have been easier to stay down. Every time you chose faith over fear. Every time you repented and turned back to Him with a sincere heart. God's evidence is not just a list of your actions. It's a testimony of your heart, your perseverance, and your willingness to keep moving forward despite the odds. He knows the truth of your journey, even when others may have misjudged you or misunderstood your struggles. In this heavenly courtroom, God is defending you, presenting evidence of your faithfulness, your resilience, and your obedience. And then, the moment arrives. The judgment is made. The enemy's accusations are silenced, and God declares, "Enough is enough." The testing phase is over, and now it's time for you to move into the next chapter of your life. This courtroom moment symbolizes a shift from the enemy's accusations to God's declaration of your victory. The trials you've faced, the struggles you've endured, the doubts you've wrestled with, God has seen it all, and He has kept a record of every moment where you chose to stand firm in your faith. Now, the time has come for you to walk in the victory that has already been secured for you. The enemy no longer has legal grounds to block your blessings or your calling. His accusations have been overruled, and you are now walking in the fullness of what God has for you. God's declaration of "enough is enough" is a final ruling, a divine decree that releases you from the struggles of the past and shifts you into a season of abundance, clarity, and favor. It's a shift that begins in the spiritual realm, but will manifest in your life in ways that you can see and experience. You have passed the test, and now you are moving into the harvest season. As you step into this new season, remember that everything has been strategically aligned for your breakthrough. The delays, the rejections, the times you felt overlooked, these were not obstacles to your success. They were part of God's divine preparation for the moment you're stepping into now. Trust that every detail, no matter how small, has been carefully orchestrated by God to position you for the life He has promised. And now, as you walk in His timing, know that your breakthrough is not just a dream. It's a reality that is unfolding before you. The courtroom has made its ruling, and the doors of heaven are now wide open for you to walk through. The shift is real, and it's happening right now. Step forward with boldness, knowing that God has already paved the way for your victory. As you stand at the threshold of your breakthrough, it's important to understand the profound shift that has taken place in your life. The testing season is behind you now, and the challenges you face moving forward will no longer be designed to break you, but to elevate you. Where once it seemed that every trial was meant to bring you to your knees, now those same challenges will serve a different purpose. No longer will you be tested for endurance. Now, you will be refined for purpose. Each difficulty, each obstacle that arises will not be an attempt to wear you down, but a step in your growth, a way to take you higher. The very things that used to feel like setbacks are now the forces that will propel you into the next level of your destiny. You've passed the test. You've proven your faith, your resilience, and your ability to hold on through the storm. Now you will face challenges that will level you up, refine your abilities, and propel you into a future that aligns with the fullness of God's purpose for your life. These are not challenges meant to knock you down, but to sharpen you, to increase your capacity, and to elevate you to new heights. Satan's attempts to block your calling have failed. Every weapon formed against you, every attack that was meant to silence you or hold you back, has been ineffective. God has already moved on your behalf. The enemy's plans are thwarted, and now, as you step into this new season, you will face a new kind of opposition, one that will be used by God to strengthen you and move you closer to your destiny. What you may not have realized during your testing season is that many of the things you endured were not punishments or signs of God's absence. They were part of a divine process of shaping you, a preparation for the moment when the gates of heaven would open and you would step into the life God has prepared for you. And now, that moment has come. The door that has been locked for so long, seemingly out of reach, is now open, and it has your name on it. This is the door to your next season, the door to your purpose, the door to the blessings that have been stored up for you. It wasn't that God was withholding from you, it was that He was protecting you. The door remained locked during the testing phase, not as a punishment, but as a safeguard. You were not yet ready to walk through it. Your faith needed to be solidified. Your heart needed to be aligned with God's will. You had to grow in strength, in wisdom, and in discernment. The challenges you faced were a necessary part of the preparation process. They were the fire that purified you, the trials that taught you how to stand firm, the moments of silence that taught you how to hear God's voice clearly. All of this was protection, because God knew that when the time was right, you would be ready to walk through that door. Now that door is open, and you are free to step into the new season of your life, into the harvest that has been waiting for you. This moment is not a random twist of fate. It is the result of divine timing. The door has been unlocked at the perfect moment, at the moment when you have been prepared to receive what lies beyond it. The season of testing was necessary, but now it's time to move into a new chapter. The door that was once closed has now swung wide open, and it is yours to walk through. Don't mistake this for punishment. The locked door was never meant to withhold your blessing. It was always meant to protect you. God knows that some blessings come with challenges, and He was making sure that you were fully prepared to step into your next level of purpose. He has been positioning you, refining you, and now He is releasing you into the fullness of what He has planned. This is the moment where everything aligns. The challenges you face moving forward will not be the same. They will not be aimed at breaking you, but at lifting you higher. They will serve to stretch your capacity, deepen your faith, and refine your character. These challenges will shape you into the person you are meant to be for the next season of your life. Understand this. This is not just a season of opening doors. It is a season of stepping into your rightful place. Every door that opens for you is not just an opportunity. It is the fulfillment of promises spoken over your life long before you even knew what they were. God is not just opening doors for you. He is ushering you into the place you were always meant to be. This is a season of activation. The things you've been waiting for, the promises you've been claiming, the dreams that seemed out of reach, they are all coming to fruition. You've moved from the testing phase to the activation phase. What you were once waiting for is now ready for you to step into. There is a divine acceleration happening in your life. What was once delayed is now manifesting, and you are moving into a time of favor, opportunity, and breakthrough. This is not the time to hesitate or question if you are truly ready. God has already prepared you, and now He is calling you to step through that door and into your destiny. The time has come for you to rise and walk in the fullness of your calling. The door that is now open to you has been carefully prepared by God. Every moment of your life, every trial, every triumph, every prayer has all led to this point. The season of testing, of waiting, and of refinement was not in vain. God has used every experience to shape you into the person you are today. And now, you are ready. He has opened the door to your next level, and He is waiting for you to walk through it. You've been cleared for activation. This is the moment when everything shifts. Step through the door, chosen one, and walk into the abundant, victorious season that God has already prepared for you. It is not just a new season, it is the fulfillment of all the promises He has made to you. And now, as you step forward, know that you are stepping into the destiny you were always meant to fulfill. This is not punishment. This is divine protection, divine preparation, and now, divine activation. Your breakthrough is here, and it's time to walk in it with boldness and faith. The door is open, and you are ready. As you step into this new season of your life, I want to introduce you to a concept that will be vital in understanding the transformation taking place within you. It's a concept that goes beyond mere emotional or spiritual renewal. It has to do with the very foundation of how you connect to the world and to God. This concept is the idea of mental frequency, specifically the restoration of your original frequency, the divine frequency you were born with. God is not just ending your struggle and delivering you into your breakthrough. He is restoring your connection to the frequency that allows you to receive divine clarity, creativity, and insight. This is not just a surface-level change. It's a profound inner shift that will transform the way you see and interact with the world. Let me explain what I mean by frequency. Scientists have discovered that the brain operates in different states, each with its own frequency. These states are known as brain waves, and they range from the fast-paced, highly active state known as beta waves to the relaxed, creative, and intuitive states known as theta and gamma waves. In the theta and gamma states, the brain is highly receptive to divine inspiration and clarity. These frequencies are associated with creativity, intuition, and a deep connection to the spiritual realm. It is in these states that we are most aligned with God's will, most open to His voice, and most capable of hearing His guidance clearly. These are the states that children naturally operate in, which is why they are often so intuitive, fearless, and connected to the unseen world. Jesus Himself speaks to this in Matthew 18:3, when He says, "Unless you become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven." What He was referring to wasn't just innocence or purity, but the childlike faith and openness that allows us to connect with God without the filters of doubt, fear, or distraction. Children are naturally attuned to God's frequency, operating in the theta and gamma brainwave states where divine connection flows freely. But as we grow older, life's struggles, trauma, and the pressures of society begin to shift our brainwaves into a state of survival, beta waves. In survival mode, we become focused on immediate needs, stress, anxiety, and fear. Our brain shifts into a fight or flight response, and we are disconnected from the peaceful, creative, and intuitive flow of the divine frequency. Trauma, societal conditioning, and the weight of life's struggles gradually pull us away from the natural state of connection to God that we were born with. The brain's natural flow of energy becomes clouded, fogged by worry, doubt, and the distractions of the world. You may have experienced this yourself, moments when it felt like you couldn't hear God, couldn't sense His presence, or couldn't make decisions with clarity. These moments are a direct result of the mental frequency being out of alignment. But here's the good news. God is restoring that frequency. He is not just ending your struggle and releasing you from the testing season. He is bringing you back into alignment with your divine design. You are being restored to the frequency that allows you to connect with God clearly, to hear His voice without distraction, and to walk confidently in His will. This is not just a spiritual awakening. It is a mental, emotional, and psychological realignment that will empower you to live with clarity, focus, and divine insight. As God restores your original frequency, your mind will shift from survival mode back into the divine flow. You will experience greater clarity in your decision-making as the mental fog lifts and your thoughts become more aligned with God's truth. Anxiety and fear will begin to fade, and you will find that your intuition is sharper and more accurate. This is not just a temporary change. It is a permanent shift that will allow you to walk in your full potential. You will begin to experience greater peace, even in the midst of challenges, because you will be operating from a place of divine connection rather than fear. You will hear God's voice more clearly than ever before, and your path will be illuminated by the clarity that comes from being in alignment with His will. This restoration of your frequency is part of the divine activation that God is bringing you into. It's not just about what's happening externally, it's about what's happening internally. As your mental frequency is restored to its original state, you will find that your connection to God is more powerful than ever. You will experience a deeper understanding of His will for your life, and you will be able to move forward with confidence and direction. The distractions and obstacles that once clouded your mind will no longer have the same hold over you. You will begin to see life with a new perspective, one that is more in tune with God's plan and purpose for you. This is the mental shift that allows you to walk in divine clarity, to hear God's voice without the static of life's distractions, and to step into your purpose with a new sense of focus and determination. God is not just restoring your frequency for the sake of healing. He is restoring it so that you can operate at a higher level of divine purpose. The more aligned you are with your original frequency, the more clearly you can hear God's guidance and the more effectively you can walk in His will. Your creativity will flow, your intuition will sharpen, and your ability to hear God's voice will become stronger. This mental shift allows you to step into your destiny with clarity, confidence, and divine alignment. The fog will lift, and you will see your path clearly, knowing exactly where to go and what to do. You will no longer be burdened by confusion, doubt, or uncertainty. Instead, you will operate from a place of divine clarity, ready to take bold steps toward the future God has prepared for you. As you move forward, remember that this shift in frequency is not just about hearing God more clearly. It's about becoming more of who you were always meant to be. The person God created you to be operates at a higher frequency, one that is aligned with His will, His purpose, and His destiny for you. As your frequency is restored, you will begin to see yourself as God sees you, full of purpose, full of potential, and ready to fulfill the calling He has placed on your life. You will no longer be shackled by the limitations of fear, doubt, or confusion. Instead, you will walk in the fullness of who God created you to be, with divine clarity, creativity, and purpose. This is your time of transformation. The mental shift God is bringing to you is a powerful tool for walking in your destiny. It is not just about a change in your mindset. It is about reconnecting to the divine frequency you were born with. As you experience this restoration, know that it is leading you into a new season of greater clarity, focus, and divine alignment. You are being prepared for greater things, and God is equipping you with everything you need to walk in His purpose with confidence and power. Your mind is being renewed, your frequency is being restored, and you are stepping into the fullness of God's plan for your life. The fog is lifting, the distractions are fading, and you are becoming more aligned with the divine connection you were always meant to have. This is just the beginning. The best is yet to come. As your frequency is restored, you will begin to realize something powerful, that you were never meant to operate in confusion or uncertainty. You were designed to walk with divine clarity, to make decisions with confidence, and to live in a state of constant connection with God. This restoration is not just about shifting your mind back to a place of peace and understanding. It is about stepping into your true identity, the person God always intended for you to be. You were created to hear His voice clearly, to see His guidance with precision, and to move with the authority of someone who is perfectly aligned with His will. In this new season, the very way you experience life will shift. No longer will you be bogged down by the constant mental noise that once clouded your thoughts. The distractions that once left you feeling overwhelmed will no longer have the same power over you. Instead, you will find that your mind becomes a clear channel for divine inspiration. Ideas will flow freely, decisions will come with ease, and you will find yourself moving forward with a newfound sense of purpose and direction. One of the most significant changes that comes with the restoration of your original frequency is the increase in spiritual sensitivity. As you reconnect with the divine frequency, you will become more attuned to God's presence in your life. You'll begin to notice subtle signs, divine nudges, and gentle whispers that you might have missed before. These moments of clarity will guide you in ways you never thought possible, opening doors and revealing opportunities that were always available to you, but were hidden due to the disconnection caused by the distractions of life. This heightened sensitivity to God's voice will become your compass. You will be able to discern His will with greater ease, knowing when to move forward and when to wait. You'll feel a deeper sense of peace because you will no longer have to second-guess your decisions. The clarity you now experience will allow you to act with certainty, knowing that every step you take is aligned with God's divine plan. This is the beauty of the divine frequency being restored in you. It brings with it a deep sense of peace and confidence. You no longer have to live in the chaos of confusion, wondering if you're making the right decisions or if you're following the right path. As your mental and spiritual frequency is realigned, you will feel a sense of alignment in every area of your life. Your actions, your thoughts, and your decisions will begin to flow effortlessly because you will be in sync with the rhythm of heaven. This connection to your original frequency doesn't just affect your spiritual life. It impacts every aspect of your existence. You will find that your relationships become more harmonious because you are more attuned to the needs of those around you. You will be able to communicate with greater empathy, understanding, and compassion. Your creative endeavors will flourish because you will be operating at the frequency of inspiration. Whether you're an artist, a writer, a teacher, or a leader, this restored frequency will unlock the divine potential within you, allowing you to step into your calling with boldness and clarity. It's important to recognize that this restoration is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. As you continue to align yourself with God's will, as you continue to walk in His purpose, your frequency will continue to rise. With each step forward, you will become more attuned to His presence, more sensitive to His guidance, and more in tune with the divine flow that is carrying you toward your destiny. In the past, you may have struggled with fear, doubt, or uncertainty. These feelings were a result of being disconnected from your divine frequency. When you were operating in survival mode, your brain was focused on protecting you, not on connecting with God's purpose. But now, as your frequency is restored, those fears will begin to fade away. You will no longer be bound by the anxiety that once held you back. Fear will no longer dictate your actions. Instead, you will walk in the peace and confidence that comes from being in perfect alignment with your divine design. This restoration also brings a deeper connection with your purpose. As your frequency is restored, you will find that your life's purpose becomes clearer than ever before. The dreams and desires that God placed in your heart will begin to unfold with greater clarity. You'll begin to understand why you faced certain challenges, why you've been through particular seasons of testing, and how each moment has been part of the divine process that has shaped you into the person you are today. The more you align yourself with God's frequency, the more you will see that your purpose is not something distant or abstract. It's not something you have to search for. It's already been written, already been ordained, and now, with a restored frequency, you will be able to step into it with full confidence. You will begin to understand the unique gifts and talents that God has placed inside of you, and you will know how to use them to make an impact in the world. Your purpose will become a beacon, guiding you through every decision and leading you to the places where you are meant to shine. This alignment with your original frequency will also bring a sense of divine flow into your finances, your health, and your relationships. When you are aligned with God's will, everything else falls into place. You will begin to attract the right opportunities, the right people, and the right resources. You will no longer have to chase after success. It will come to you as you walk in alignment with your divine design. God has not only restored your frequency, He has activated you for greatness. The transformation that is happening within you is not just for your benefit. It is for the world around you. As you step into this new season of alignment, you will become a vessel for His light, His love, and His purpose. The world will begin to see the fruit of this transformation in your life, and you will be a testament to the power of God's restoration. This is the time for you to step fully into the person you were always meant to be. The fog of confusion is lifting, and clarity is settling in. You are no longer bound by the limitations that once held you back. You are operating at your divine frequency, and nothing can stop you from walking in your purpose. The doors that were once closed are now open, and the path ahead is clear. This is your time. This is your moment. Step into it with confidence, knowing that God has restored you to the frequency you were always meant to operate at. The best is yet to come, and you are ready to walk into it with clarity, power, and divine purpose. As God continues to work on restoring you to your full potential, there is something powerful happening in the natural world that can help align your mental, emotional, and spiritual frequency with His divine will. This tool, which I'm about to share with you, is not New Age magic or some quick fix. It's a scientifically backed method that will accelerate your transformation and bring you into a greater level of alignment with your divine design. This tool is known as the Genius Wave. The Genius Wave is an audio frequency designed to restore your brain to the optimal states of theta and gamma brainwaves, the same states where creativity, intuition, and divine clarity flow most freely. These are the states where you connect most deeply with God, where you are most aligned with His will, and where the gifts He has placed inside of you begin to flow effortlessly. In essence, the Genius Wave helps you tap into your original divine frequency, the one you were born with before life's struggles, trauma, and distractions altered your natural flow. Now, let me explain why this is so important. If we look back at history, we see that God has always used natural tools to accomplish His divine will. Think of Moses and his staff, a simple, ordinary object, yet when it was used in obedience to God's command, it parted the Red Sea. Or think of David with his 5 smooth stones, stones that were nothing extraordinary on their own, yet through his faith and God's intervention, they became the tools to defeat Goliath. In the same way, the Genius Wave is a tool, a natural method that, when used in alignment with God's purpose, can help restore your mind to the frequency it was originally designed to operate at. This is not a replacement for prayer or for seeking God's presence. It's a tool that works in conjunction with those practices to facilitate your spiritual alignment. Just as Moses' staff and David's stones were not the source of power, but rather the vessels through which God worked, the Genius Wave is simply a means to restore the connection that has been clouded by the distractions of life. The Genius Wave works by introducing specific frequencies that help guide your brain back into its natural states, theta and gamma. In these brainwave states, your brain operates at a level of creativity, insight, and connection to the divine that is unparalleled. These frequencies are essential for hearing God's voice clearly, for being aligned with His purpose, and for operating in the fullness of the divine design He created in you. You may have noticed over the years that it can sometimes feel difficult to connect with God, as if there's a barrier between you and His voice. This is often due to the mental fog and distractions that accumulate over time. The Genius Wave works by helping to clear that fog, restoring mental clarity and allowing you to reconnect with God in a way that feels natural and effortless. Now, let's get practical. The beauty of this tool is that it doesn't require hours of time or an advanced understanding of meditation. All it takes is 7 to 12 minutes a day of listening to the Genius Wave. That's it. Just a few minutes each day to clear your mind, recalibrate your frequency, and restore your connection with God. This small investment of time is enough to make a significant difference in how you experience life and your connection with the divine. You'll notice the mental fog begin to lift, the clarity you've been longing for start to take shape, and your connection to God become more pronounced. Decisions will feel easier, and you'll be able to hear God's voice with greater precision. You will no longer feel disconnected or uncertain. Instead, you will operate from a place of confidence and divine guidance. This simple yet powerful tool will accelerate your alignment with God's will and bring you closer to living in the fullness of your purpose. However, it's important to emphasize that while the Genius Wave is a powerful tool, it is not a replacement for prayer, Bible study, or personal time spent in God's presence. It is simply a tool that facilitates your spiritual alignment. Prayer remains the cornerstone of your connection to God. Your time spent reading His Word, meditating on His promises, and seeking His presence is irreplaceable. The Genius Wave works alongside these practices, enhancing your ability to hear God clearly and operate in the fullness of His power. It's like having a radio receiver that is tuned to the right frequency. Prayer, worship, and studying the Word are the antennae that connect you to God, while the Genius Wave helps clear away the static and allows the signal to come through more clearly. The Genius Wave is not just a mental tool. It's a spiritual aid designed to help you align your mind with God's frequency. It opens the door to a deeper connection with Him, making it easier for you to hear His voice and understand His guidance. As you listen to the wave, you'll begin to notice a shift in how you approach life. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable will feel more manageable. You'll make decisions with greater ease and confidence. You'll feel a deeper sense of peace, knowing that you are in tune with God's purpose for your life. It's important to understand that this is not a quick fix or a magic solution. It's a tool that works in harmony with your faith and spiritual practices. Just as any athlete would use tools to enhance their performance, whether it's a trainer, equipment, or a technique, so too can we use the Genius Wave to enhance our spiritual performance. It's a divine gift that aligns our minds with God's frequency, so that we can walk in the fullness of our purpose with clarity and confidence. As you embrace this tool, I encourage you to make it a daily practice, not as a replacement for your spiritual disciplines, but as a means of enhancing them. Start with just a few minutes each day, and as you continue, you will begin to notice significant changes in your life. Your ability to hear God's voice will become more attuned, your clarity will increase, and your connection to His will deepen. The Genius Wave is not a substitute for your relationship with God, but a powerful aid that helps you walk more clearly in the path He has set before you. In this season of divine alignment, God is restoring you to your original frequency, one of creativity, clarity, and divine purpose. The Genius Wave is a tool that accelerates this restoration, bringing your mind into alignment with God's will and helping you hear His voice more clearly. It is a divine tool for a divine purpose, designed to help you live with clarity and purpose, fully aligned with the frequency you were always meant to operate in. Embrace this tool as part of your journey towards spiritual alignment, and watch as your life begins to transform in ways you never imagined. God is moving, and He is using everything at His disposal to help you walk in the fullness of your purpose. The Genius Wave is just one of the many tools He has provided, and it is time to step into the full potential of what He has in store for you. As you continue to integrate the Genius Wave into your daily routine, you will start to realize just how profound the impact can be. It's not merely about restoring mental clarity or boosting your creative abilities. It's about recalibrating your entire being to align with God's divine purpose for your life. When you embrace this tool, you're not just seeking mental or emotional peace. You're tapping into a deeper level of spiritual alignment, opening your heart and mind to the fullness of God's design for you. The Genius Wave does not work in isolation. It enhances the connection between your physical, mental, and spiritual states, ensuring that every aspect of your being is in sync with the divine will. It's easy to see why this tool is so powerful. It restores what was once lost, the divine clarity and intuition you had when you were first born, the natural connection to God that children possess. You see, children naturally operate in the theta and gamma brainwave states, where imagination, creativity, and intuition flow freely. But as we grow older, life begins to introduce noise, trauma, stress, and societal conditioning that pull us into survival mode. We shift into the beta state, which is the state of stress and fight-or-flight response. The Genius Wave offers a divine remedy for this shift. It helps you recalibrate your brain back to its original state, where you can connect more deeply with God, hear His voice more clearly, and walk in the confidence that comes with divine alignment. As your mind shifts back into its original frequency, you will notice a new sense of flow in your life. It's not that life suddenly becomes perfect. Challenges will still come, but your approach to those challenges will change. They will no longer feel like insurmountable obstacles. Instead, They will become opportunities for growth and expansion, stepping stones on your divine journey. This is the beauty of being aligned with God's will. What once seemed like burdens will now serve to elevate you. You will face challenges with the confidence that they are meant to refine you, not break you. And in this refinement, you will begin to see greater clarity in every decision you make. What used to feel confusing, overwhelming, or uncertain will become simple, obvious, and in tune with the direction God is leading you. As you embrace this new tool, it's essential to understand that the genius wave does not negate your spiritual practices. Prayer, worship, Bible study, and communion with God remain the cornerstone of your spiritual life. What the Genius Wave offers is a practical tool to support and enhance these practices. It serves as an amplifier for your spiritual connection, creating a clearer channel through which you can hear God's guidance and experience His presence. When your mind is aligned and clear, prayer becomes more powerful, Bible study becomes more insightful, and worship becomes more intimate. The Genius Wave, in this sense, is like tuning a radio to the right frequency. Without it, you might be listening to static, but when aligned, the signal comes through loud and clear. This alignment also opens up a new realm of creativity. When you are in tune with God's frequency, you are more attuned to the inspiration He wants to pour into you. You will find that your creative ideas flow effortlessly, whether it's in your work, your relationships, or your personal life. This is not just about artistic creativity. This is the divine creativity that empowers you to solve problems with wisdom and insight that you wouldn't have access to in a distracted or disconnected state. It's the ability to see opportunities that others miss, to hear solutions in silence, and to discern the hidden potential in any situation. This is God's wisdom flowing through you, guiding you towards success and fulfillment in every area of your life. The Genius Wave works by helping your brain operate at the frequency it was always designed for. But this process doesn't happen all at once. It's a gradual shift, one that takes place through consistent practice. Just as you would train your body to be in shape by exercising regularly, you train your mind to return to its natural state by listening to the Genius Wave. As you continue to incorporate it into your daily life, you will notice subtle but powerful changes. Your thoughts will become clearer, your intuition will be sharper, and your connection to God will deepen. And the more you practice, the more this new way of being will become second nature. The fog that once clouded your mind will begin to lift, and you will experience a new sense of clarity that empowers you to make decisions with confidence. You will also notice that your relationship with others begins to transform. When you operate in divine alignment, your interactions with others become more harmonious and purposeful. You will have more patience, more empathy, and more understanding. The confusion and miscommunication that once seemed to plague your relationships will dissipate, replaced by a sense of peace and clarity. People will begin to notice the change in you, the peace that you radiate, the confidence that you exude, and the wisdom that flows from you. This transformation is not just for your benefit. It's meant to impact the world around you. When you are aligned with God's frequency, you become a vessel through which His love, wisdom, and peace can flow into the lives of others. As you continue to experience this divine alignment, it's important to understand that you are not just shifting your mental state, you are shifting your entire reality. When your mind, body, and spirit are aligned with God's will, you are able to walk in the fullness of His blessings. This alignment allows you to step into the opportunities and blessings that God has prepared for you, and it opens doors that were previously closed. You will begin to see doors of opportunity swing open with ease. Relationships that once felt strained will become more harmonious, and areas of your life that were once stagnant will begin to flourish. The Genius Wave is a tool to help you step into this abundant life. It's not a magic solution, but a practical way to align your mind with the divine flow. It helps remove the mental blocks, the distractions, and the noise that have kept you from walking in your full potential. When you use this tool in conjunction with prayer and seeking God's presence, you will begin to see powerful shifts in your life. The transformation will be gradual, but it will be profound. You will notice a new sense of clarity, peace, and confidence in every area of your life. And you will begin to see the doors of opportunity open as you step into the life God has always intended for you. God is not just restoring your mind and frequency for your own benefit. He is preparing you for greatness. As your mind is aligned with His will, you will become a vessel through which His wisdom, love, and power can flow into the world. This is your time to walk boldly in the purpose He has set before you. The Genius Wave is simply a tool to help you access the divine clarity that has always been available to you, and to walk in alignment with God's will. Embrace it as a part of your spiritual journey, and watch as it transforms not just your mind, but your life. The best is yet to come, and God is guiding you every step of the way. As you stand on the threshold of your new season, it's time to take action. Everything that has been leading to this moment, the struggles, the growth, the preparation, is now culminating into a powerful shift. The time of waiting is over, and it's now time to activate the blessings, the clarity, and the purpose that God has prepared for you. This is not a passive moment. It's an active call to step into your destiny with full confidence. There are 3 key steps you must take to activate this season and walk in the fullness of what God has already declared over your life. Step 1. Speak out loud, declaring, "Enough is enough. I receive it." Words are powerful. The Bible says that life and death are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18:21. And it's through our words that we declare our faith, set our intentions, and align ourselves with the divine promises God has made. It's time to declare the shift in your life. When God says, "Enough is enough," you have to agree with His decree. Speak those words out loud. Enough is enough. I receive it. Let those words resonate in your spirit. Let them echo through your mind, and let them propel you into your new season. This is a declaration of faith. It's you coming into agreement with what God has already set in motion. When you speak these words, you are activating the power of your faith. You are no longer passive in the process. You are stepping into your new season with confidence, and you are agreeing with the timing of heaven. Speaking this out loud is a proclamation that you are ready to walk into the next level of your life. You are saying, "I am no longer waiting for permission. I receive what God has promised me." Let your words carry the weight of authority, knowing that your declaration has the power to shift the atmosphere and realign your circumstances. Step 2. Watch for confirmations in the coming days. Favor, doors opening, clarity returning. When you make this declaration, the universe will begin to respond. God's timing is perfect, and when you align with His will, you will start to see confirmations that He is working behind the scenes. This is the moment where you begin to see the fruit of your faith. Look for the doors that begin to open, the opportunities that begin to appear, and the clarity that returns to your mind. It may come in the form of unexpected favor, a new connection, or an opportunity that you've been waiting for. It could be a feeling of peace where there was once uncertainty, or a sense of direction where there was once confusion. These confirmations are not coincidences. They are God's way of telling you that you are in alignment with His will. As you declare, "Enough is enough," and take action, watch as doors that were once closed swing wide open. Be alert to the subtle signs and nudges from God, and pay attention to the people and situations that begin to align with your purpose. It's important to recognize that these confirmations are not always going to be loud or obvious. Sometimes they will be quiet moments of clarity, small nudges from the Holy Spirit, or opportunities that come in unexpected ways. Trust that these confirmations are guiding you, confirming that you are on the right path. Step 3. Walk in confidence and boldness, no longer playing small. The next step in activating your season is to walk with the confidence of someone who knows their worth and knows their purpose. You have been through the fire, you have been tested, and now it's time to step into your calling with boldness. No more hesitation, no more second-guessing yourself. You are a child of God, and He has already equipped you with everything you need to succeed. It's time to step into the fullness of who you are. Don't shrink back in fear or doubt. You are not called to play small in this world. You are called to rise up, to step forward, and to claim the promises God has for you. God has already decided that it's your time. Your breakthrough is here, and now you must walk in the confidence that comes from knowing that you are walking in His will. This is your moment to shine, to move forward with boldness, and to take what is rightfully yours. You are no longer a passive participant in your life. You are an active, powerful force, operating from a place of divine alignment. Now is the time to make decisions with confidence. Walk into that new job interview with the assurance that you are exactly who they need. Apply for that promotion, knowing that you are fully equipped to take on new responsibilities. Set boundaries with others, knowing that you are honoring God by respecting your own needs. Take the steps toward your goals, no matter how big they may seem, because you have the full support of heaven backing you. When you walk in boldness, the universe moves in response. Your confidence will attract favor, opportunities, and success that were once out of reach. God's timing is here, and everything is aligning for your breakthrough. This is not a coincidence. This is the culmination of everything you've been working toward. God has been orchestrating every moment, every decision, and every season to bring you to this point. He has already decided that it's your time. Now, it's up to you to operate from your new status. The waiting season is over, and the door has been opened. You no longer have to wonder if it's your time. The answer is yes, it is. It's time to step into the life that God has prepared for you, and it's time to move forward with confidence and purpose. God has already spoken over your life. He has already decreed that it is your time, and now it's your turn to step into the fullness of His promises. Everything has been aligned, and your breakthrough is here. Don't hold back. Don't question whether you're ready or worthy. You are. God has already equipped you for this moment, and He has already opened the doors that were once closed. Your season of waiting is over. Now is your time to walk in favor, walk in clarity, and walk in boldness. Everything you need is already in place. The universe is moving to align with God's will for your life, and it's time for you to step forward in the fullness of His plan. Embrace this moment with confidence, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. Your breakthrough is here, and it's time to claim it. As you step into this new season, it's important to remember that God has been with you every step of the way. Every moment of sacrifice, every challenge, every time you chose faith over fear, He has seen it all. And now, as you activate your new season, let us take a moment to thank God for His faithfulness and to speak His truth over your life. Father, we come before you with hearts full of gratitude. Thank you for seeing every sacrifice, every moment when we chose to trust you, even when it felt impossible. Thank you for documenting our tears, our struggles, and our victories, knowing that you have been working in the background, preparing us for this moment. We release any confusion we may have had about your timing, and we embrace the clarity that you are providing right now. We trust that your timing is perfect, and everything has aligned according to your will. We declare that the season of waiting is over, and we are now stepping into the fullness of what you have prepared for us. Father, we activate your favor over our lives. We declare that opportunities are opening before us. Doors that were once closed are now swinging wide open, and divine positioning is happening right now. Every area of our lives is coming into alignment with your perfect plan. We declare that we are no longer in the wilderness, but we are stepping into our promised land. The past struggles have shaped us. The delays have protected us. And now we are moving into the abundance you have promised. We seal this transformation with the authority of Jesus Christ. We receive the clarity, the favor, and the divine guidance you are pouring out on us. We are walking into a new season, a season of activation, breakthrough, and favor. Thank you, Lord, for preparing us for this moment and for moving us into the next chapter of our divine journey. We walk boldly, confidently, and with faith that you are leading us every step of the way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. As you stand in the power of this prayer, I encourage you to not only receive it for yourself, but to share it with others who are walking in their own journey of divine transformation. This message is for the chosen ones, those who are ready to step into their new season. If this message has resonated with you, I invite you to share this video with others who need to hear this truth. Subscribe to the channel to stay connected with this powerful journey. And don't forget to comment below about how this message has impacted you. What is God doing in your life right now? What confirmations have you seen? How are you stepping into your new season? This is your moment to declare your victory, and we are here to support you on this journey. Together, we will walk in the fullness of God's promises and activate the divine purpose He has set before us.